Tell me! Tell me where you came from and we will cease and desist. All you have to do.
Welcome to Time Recap. If you love thrilling movie breakdowns, you're in the right place. In a desolate post-apocalyptic Australia, survival hinges on brutality, hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Among the last havens of life, let's get into it. The green place of many mothers, a lush oasis protected by a matriarchal society. Young Furiosa, a spirited and resourceful girl, grows up in this sanctuary, unaware of the peril lurking beyond its borders. One fateful day, while picking peaches with her friend Valkyrie, Furiosa witnesses a group of ruthless raiders discovering their home. In a desperate attempt to sabotage their motorcycles and keep their location a secret, she is instead captured and taken as a prize for Dementus, the leader of the biker horde. Her mother, Mary, refuses to let her go without a fight, tracking the raiders to their camp and eliminating them one by one. However, the last remaining raider manages to deliver Furiosa to Dementus before succumbing to his wounds. Mary manages to sneak into the horde's camp and rescue her daughter. But their victory is short-lived. Dementus and his men hunt them down, cornering them in the Wasteland. To buy Furiosa time, Mary urges her to flee, handing her a peach pit as a keepsake, a symbol of their lost home. But Furiosa, unwilling to abandon her mother, remains by her side. Dementus, entertained by her courage, cruelly forces her to watch as he crucifies Mary, ensuring that the memory of her suffering is forever seared into Furiosa's mind, with his own tragic past haunting him. Dementus decides to keep Furiosa alive, treating her as his unwilling surrogate daughter, in hopes that she will one day lead him to the green place. As the years pass, Furiosa endures life among the horde, biding her time and learning their ways. Dementus, meanwhile, sets his sights on the Citadel, a fortified stronghold ruled by the tyrannical Immortan Joe. With its endless supply of fresh water, the Citadel represents ultimate power in the Wasteland. However, when Dementus and his horde launch an assault, they are met with overwhelming resistance from Joe's fearsome warboys. Undeterred, Dementus changes his strategy. Leading his army to Gastown, an oil refinery that supplies fuel to the Citadel. Using deception, he conquers Gastown and declares himself its ruler. Rather than fight a prolonged war, Immortan Joe recognizes Dementus's control over Gastown and offers him increased food and water rations in exchange for Furiosa and a skilled physician. Now a prisoner in the Citadel, Furiosa is placed among Immortan Joe's wives, a group of young women kept solely for breeding purposes. Though she initially keeps a low profile, she quickly realizes the danger posed by Rictus Erectus, Joe's brutish and simple-minded son. To escape his advances, Furiosa devises a daring plan, cutting her own hair and crafting a wig to deceive him. When Rictus attempts to take advantage of her one night, she slips away unnoticed, leaving behind the wig as a decoy. Disguising herself as a mute boy, she integrates into Joe's war machine, silently working her way up the ranks over the next decade. During this time, Furiosa proves herself invaluable, helping to design and construct the war rig, a massive armored supply tanker capable of surviving the treacherous Wasteland. Her ultimate plan is to stow away on the war rig during a supply run, escaping back to the green place. However, things take an unexpected turn when she meets Praetorian Jack, one of Joe's most skilled drivers. Seeing potential in Furiosa, Jack takes her under his wing, training her in combat and survival. Over time, they develop a close bond, and Jack promises to help her escape when the time is right. Their chance arrives when Immortan Joe orders an assault on Gastown, which has fallen into chaos under Dementus's rule. Furiosa and Jack are tasked with retrieving weapons from the Bullet Farm, another key outpost. However, their mission is ambushed by Dementus's forces. In the ensuing battle, Furiosa is gravely wounded, and Jack is captured. Dementus, seeking revenge, tortures Jack to death in front of her. Furious and desperate, Furiosa severs her own injured arm to escape, sacrificing the star map tattooed on her skin, the only guide she had to the Green Place. Determined to end Dementus once and for all, Furiosa makes her way back to the Citadel, where she allies with the People Eater, one of Joe's chief advisors. Together, they hatch a plan to draw Dementus into a final confrontation. A brutal 40-day war follows, culminating in the annihilation of the biker horde. With no army left to protect him, Dementus flees into the Wasteland. But Furiosa is relentless in her pursuit. In the heart of the desert, she finally confronts her old captor. Overpowering him, she refuses to grant him a swift death. Instead, she drags him back to the Citadel, where she uses his living body as fertilizer to grow a peach tree from the seed her mother once gave her, turning her pain into a symbol of rebirth and resilience. With her vengeance complete, Furiosa is no longer just a survivor. She is a force of nature. Immortan Joe, recognizing her strength, bestows upon her the title of Imperator, placing her in command of her own war rig. Though her past is steeped in suffering, she forges ahead, seeking not just revenge, but a future worth fighting for. On the eve of another supply run, Furiosa encounters a group of 5 women hiding in her war rig, Immortan Joe's wives, desperate for freedom. As the engine roars to life and the sands of the wasteland stretch endlessly before her, Furiosa's next journey begins, one that will lead her to a fateful encounter with a lone wanderer named Max Rokotansky, setting the stage for the rebellion that will change the wasteland forever.